Hey guys, this is Sky Elabar, Big Braden from the Greasy Strangler, and you're listening to the Horror Squad podcast. You're a bullshit artist.
Hello, welcome back to the Horror Squad podcast, episode number 401. Tonight, we're talking about 2025's The Long Walk, based on Stephen King's book of the same name. Well, I guess written by Richard Bachman, right? But Stephen King's book.
Great.
I'm one of your co-hosts, Todd. We have Steve. Joe is going to be a little bit late. He'll probably pop in randomly, which is the beauty of editing. Steve, we got something, right?
Yeah, we got movie club this week. So,
Nice.
it's an interesting thing happened with the vote this week. The theme was that I was picking off our listeners' watch list over on Letterboxd, and like two movies, Dead Sushi and Dark Star, were like competing to see which one was going to be part of movie club. But then one of our lovely listeners, Brenda, she's like, "Oh, I voted for Killer Clowns from Outer Space because I never saw it." And
What?
everyone immediately switched their vote to Killer Clowns because everyone's like, no, 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 you need to see Killer Clowns.
Yeah, for sure.
So I made an executive decision. We're gonna watch two movies at Movie Club. We're gonna watch Killer Clowns because we need to have Brenda to see that movie. And the other one that got voted in was Dark Star, which is good because it's a nice beginning for me to get through a Carpenter retrospective, and that's one I've never seen. I know you're not a big fan of it, but
No, I also saw it 20 years ago when I
okay,
was
so yeah.
so maybe it's evolved, but I think Dan O'Bannon too of what's that, Return?
Yeah.
He's in it in some fashion. Forget
Oh,
what.
cool, cool. Yeah. So I
Yeah,
look forward to seeing it because I've never seen that one. And Killer
very
Clowns,
cool.
I could watch all day long. Like I love that
Interesting.
movie.
We
So
covered that what two not 2 months ago. The time
maybe
flies.
maybe 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
been
that's
a
a good
little
one.
while, but before I made my Killer Clowns bar, so it's at least a year.
Well, speaking of that, I put my tiny animatronic up
Oh,
again. I
nice.
took him out of retirement, yeah, to everyone's dismay
Yeah, yeah.
because he's so big.
He's a big dude.
He's fucking huge, man. He's like 7'2".
Yeah,
It's
I know.
crazy.
He like just makes it into my room.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, cool. You did some filming this weekend?
I did. So we did a lot of perks when we did our campaign back, God, a year ago now. It's
Uh,
crazy.
y- oh, it is a year ago, huh?
Yeah, a year ago.
Wow.
And I'm just trying to make sure that I hit all of my campaign promises. And one of them was to be in the movie, which happened to be purchased by my father. And I wanted to obey that. So he came here, which I'm very grateful for. And we filmed a little scene so he could be in the movie. So it's,
Nice.
yeah, yeah. So almost done. I got by recording next week or like just after recording next week, I will be done, wrapped, fully like shot,
Fully
other
shot.
than maybe pickups if I
Hmm.
see something during editing, which is the great thing about doing it myself is that I could literally just go into that room and like do a pickup shot,
Yeah.
grab the camera. So yeah.
That is beneficial. And you'll see something. Oh man, I didn't get this transition looks weird or whatever.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yep.
Well, cool, man. I'm excited for it to come together. Can't wait to see that first little cut you got going on.
Yeah. And you juiced up your football team I see this week because
Yeah,
god damn,
fantasy
dude.
football. I was 0-2 and I beat the fuck out of TJ. So 170 to like 100, which is awesome because my defense went off for like 35 points. My kicker did 20 something. I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. Let's awesome to get a good win that's like no brain. Like I got the win, you know what I mean?
Right,
So
right.
finally, it feels good. But I'm also bummed out because I made a pretty good trade that I thought would help both our teams with the Murdo County
Austin.
Chainsaws, yeah, Austin. But
Mhm.
unfortunately, it looks like he's gonna lose this week, so
Good.
he'll start 0
He's playing
3.
me.
So hopefully Austin gets it and gets his first win next week. But fantasy
Yes.
football's a bitch, dude. It's literally people. It's funny. People will say it's skill, and I guess to a certain extent, like kind of like drafting is like I got, for example, Jordan Mason's a backup running back for Vikings. Their starting went down. I knew he was gonna come in and play, and that's like a good get. But most of the time, dude, you can draft every motherfucker in the world that's supposed to be projected number one, and they suck. They get hurt. It comes down to these random fucking players like my defense going, 30 plus points. So,
Right.
fantasy's a fickle bitch. But anyway, what watched?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I want to talk about this book that I've had pre-ordered for 3, 4 months now. It's House of Thousand Corpses, hardcover,
Oh, nice.
making of by Rob Zombie. Yeah, it was $60, so very pricey for a book. But it's, Corpses is one of my top 10 favorite films, so like I gotta get most of the stuff that comes with it. And I gotta say, this book was extremely a big, extremely let down, man, because I can see $25, $60, no fucking way. So essentially, and a little bit of backstory of the production. This movie was shot 2000, finished 2000, and didn't get released 2003 because it was dumped by Universal and then shopped around to various film production companies, all that crap. So like there was reshots of the scenes and there was like twists that were revealed and then cut. For example, Grandpa Hugo in the film was supposed to be Dr. Satan in the final product, but then they changed that and Dr. Hugo or Hugo was just Grandpa, and then Dr. Satan was literally that guy in that fucking cave. So anyway, this thing is largely just a shooting script, and with Rob Zombie's like little notes and shit that you can barely fucking read, if you can read them all, with like some, foreign posters and, wardrobe testing shots of like Sid Haig and Sherry Moon and various costumes testing for the film and things like that. I love that stuff. Like behind the scenes stuff is really cool, but I honestly don't give a fuck about the script. It was the entire script and I read it and the scripts read pretty quickly as you know. So there's not a lot of meat to that. I want like a making of behind the scenes stories. I want you to interview Walton Goggins, Sherry Moon, obviously Sid's passed away, but Bill Moseley and so on. Like whoever you can get, interview it, man. I want to know from the fucking script supervisor all like these weird stories that went on behind the scenes because this is a not an easy shoot. Rob Zombie was like notorious for like kind of being in over his head for this because of the first film, and he had like these big ideas. I think we all three of us agree movie's fucking awesome, but the shoot was very hard. So I want to know about the hardships, man. I don't want to know about like he has a bunch of pages of like letters from Chad what's that guy's name that hosted Talking Dead? Hardwick
Oh,
something
it's yeah, it's
something Hardwick,
Chris
right?
Hardwick.
Chris Hardwick. Like every actor in here is like, Rob, thank you so much for the opportunity. Love Chris Hardwick. I'm like, I don't want that. I want the
Seriously?
juice. I want the meat. I want you to give me like stories and say Rob Zombie was a prick or Rob Zombie was awesome. This is why. I just don't want some blanket shit. So it seemed like a giant pat on the back. And for a $60 price tag, I want more. I'm like at the point where I'm like, I'm just gonna return this fucking thing. I read it in a night. And I'm like, do I return it or do I sit on it because this could go out of print and sell it for $200 a year from now? I don't know. But yeah, if you're on the fence for this one, I wouldn't get it. And if you're mad that you have like the fear of missing out, which is pretty common these days with physical media because they only print a little bit of it, you'll be all right. This is nothing you haven't seen already. You can Google all this stuff, House of Thousand Corpses production photos, and it's all gonna pop up. Nothing in here that's special or worth $60, so I would pass on it. And I'm very disappointed in it. So yeah, House on the Corpse hardcover. You don't need it.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
Speaking of physical media that's hard to get, we're going to receive our copy of Night of the Living Dead like any day now.
I
So,
shipped. Mine shipped.
oh yeah, yeah, mine too.
Yep.
I think it's
Nice.
supposed to get it Wednesday. So,
Hell yeah, dude.
yeah, I'm
We gotta
fucking
we gotta do a
excited.
coordinated what watched.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
So
just
pumped.
just
What
gonna
if
bring.
it's stupid as hell?
So what? Yeah, yeah,
What if
right.
it's
It's
just
gonna be
dumb?
like just.
We'll
It
see.
better not because I
Yeah.
haven't seen anything about it, which is crazy.
Nothing. No
Like
leaks.
not a
Nothing.
shot, not even like nothing. I don't know at all what they're adding to this thing.
Yeah. It's
Adding
gonna
and
be
joy.
cool. Hopefully it's good.
Yep.
I just got one tonight for what watched. I went to the theater and checked out Him, which is the new Jordan Peele produced sports themed horror movie starring one of the Wayans brothers. I always confuse all of them, honestly. There's so many of them. But yeah, this one essentially is about a new, young, up and coming football player who basically wants to become like the next best thing. And there's an aging quarterback who basically is on his way out, but he was the GOAT. Sort of think a Tom Brady-esque, type player. And he essentially is taking this new quarterback under his wing. But at what cost? We don't know. What dire things, are involved with becoming the GOAT? We don't know. And I'll
Pity
leave it at
parties.
that. No spoilers here because it's, it just came out in theaters. I was really, really intrigued by this one because there's not a lot of sports horror movies out there that I can really even think of. So my expectations for this were going in were kind of high, honestly. Especially, Jordan Peele, being involved in it some way, somehow. But I gotta say, ultimately, I was really let down by this one, unfortunately. Yeah, I'll give it some points for originality because the movie is fucking definitely out there and they definitely took a swing. But man, I think it's really let down by the script at the end of the day. It starts really well, but then to me, it just took a nosedive at like the halfway point, and it just progressively got worse for me as it went. Yeah, not. It's just I don't know, man. It's not one. Honestly, I really think this would be a good one to discuss because there's a lot, honestly, that you can discuss with this movie. But yeah, man, it's a weird one. It's fucking weird. It just like it's like a lot of like fever dream stuff going on. I don't think it was developed well enough. There's also some interesting metaphors at play, dealing with religion and whatnot. And like I leaving the theater, I was like, so like was that movie like pro religion? Was it anti religion? I just think man, I think if you put Jordan Peele at the helm, like as director in this one, it could have been really, really good. But ultimately, it was a big disappointment for me. So I give it a 2.5 out of 5. Definitely ain't making a top 10 for me this year or anything like that.
That's a bummer. All right, my first one this week is a movie that Todd had mentioned I hadn't seen, even though I got the trivia question right. So I watched it like the next day just to check it off my my watch list, and that is 1987's Blood Harvest. So this is a movie about a girl who goes back home and like to her town, and her parents are missing, and her house was completely vandalized, and she's trying to figure out what happened. But there's this creepy little dude who's going around town dressed as a clown, played by Tiny Tim, and everyone thinks it's him. Of course, he's like always dressed as a clown. He talks in like weird metaphors or like songs or poems or whatever. And yeah, then the guy that like his brother is dating this girl, so they're just kind of like, yeah, it's probably him, you know. But then people start dying and they start getting like afraid of him, but maybe it's not him. And then it becomes like a whole who's killing the people in the town? Is it, this Tiny Tim or is it someone else? This is a weird movie, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie. There isn't much to it. There aren't a ton of characters or anything like that. The kills are, eh, not the best. Tiny Tim is really the only reason I would say to watch this. He is creepy as hell, maybe unintentionally, I don't know, but it's just the way that he delivers his lines, and it's just super off-putting. And all I could think about during all of his scenes is how creeped out were the people acting opposite him. Apparently pretty creeped out because the main girl was never seen again after this movie. Like literally, there are Reddit pages trying to find her. Like she just disappeared from the face of the earth, which is a whole other thing about this movie. But yeah, Blood Harvest. I was entertained, that's for sure, because of Tiny Tim's performance, but not one that I would watch again. So I gave it a 2.5 stars out of 5.
Yeah, Tiny Tim's he's an interesting fellow. Okay, yeah, so my last one here is a rewatch that the homies and I watched on Horror Hound weekend night, Friday night, and it's The Greasy Strangler from 2016, a film that we all love. I watched it with this group before, and it's always a fucking blast, man. But if you haven't seen The Greasy Strangler or listened to our episode of did we record it? We reviewed this one, right? Okay, cool.
And we interviewed the
Yeah,
star,
we
Oh
got
yeah, yeah,
Skyella
yeah.
Yellow
for it.
Bar.
Very cool. I'm sure Steve can pull out the episode number while I'm talking. But yeah, this one is about Braden. He lives with his dad, Big Ronnie, and they host a disco fucking a disco like walking tour where they're like, see that door? That's where they've recorded all their fucking shit. And it's just obviously bullshit. Meanwhile, there's this killer on the loose called the Greasy Strangler, and it's clearly his fucking dad, and they reveal that pretty early on. And it's just wild, man. The writing is fucking insane. The settings are fucking I you just gotta watch it. You just gotta go in, turn it on. It's available on Amazon Prime. There's a really good Blu-ray from Australia too you can pick up. You just gotta watch it. It's wild, it's entertaining, and if you don't take anything away from it, you're gonna love some quotes in this. There's some bullshit in here. There's stuff like he likes to shout, but I like to smile. Bullshit artist, you're gonna start saying to your friends. It's just an amazing film. And I'm not ashamed to love this one and give it a perfect 5 out of 5 because it's just awesome all around. So Greasy Strangler, baby, 2016, and like I said, it's on Prime.
Episode 181, if you'd like to
Nice.
listen to our breakdown of it.
Cool.
Got anything else, Joe?
No, that's it for me this week.
All right. So my last one this week is unintentionally a clown theme, I guess, this week. I watched 2025's Clown in a Cornfield, which I watched over on Shudder, I believe. So Clown in a Cornfield is about a girl who moves to a town with her dad, who's a doctor. And this town has like a weird vibe to it because it has a history of this clown killing people in this town, and her friends are, that she's making in the class that she's going to, they want to pull pranks and shit. So of course they think it's funny. So they dress up as clowns and do kind of TikTok videos pranking people as these clowns. But then some of those people start actually getting killed. And the whole rest of the movie is about, so who is this clown? What's actually going on? Are there more people involved? The town like has a weird feeling. So what's going on there? And that's basically what this plot of the story is. I won't give too much more than that. I had heard mixed reviews about this one, to be honest, but personally, I really liked it. Had a lot of interesting characters. It has Kevin Durand, who, man, he plays in a lot of shit lately. He's like this giant dude. He's in a bunch of movies like Abigail and a bunch of others. I'm sure you'd recognize him. And yeah, it's just great kills, a solid pace. I was never bored. The twists are dull. Like there are multiple twists in this movie, and I wasn't really into those. I kind of saw them coming, but yeah, it was a fun watch in my opinion, and I underestimated how much I would like this one. I think I'd read that people really didn't like it. So if you're looking for a fun slasher, from this year, I would recommend this one. To be honest, I gave it 3.5 stars out of 5. Won't be on my top 10 or anything, but yeah, definitely a better film than I expected.
Yeah, it was decent. I didn't love it as much as you, but I still think it's a solid. It's definitely a solid watch for this year. I'd be interested to hear what Todd thinks since he read the book.
Yeah, I still need to watch that, and I know Dilla Summer and
Don't watch
bring.
it. Don't even bother.
I know. Well, I gotta have a bottom 10
Clown on a
list,
Cornfield, I would say, is way better than I Know What You Did Last Summer.
and then bring her. So here's my to watch list. Even though you said not to, that one, Clown and Cornfield, Bring Her Back. What else is there? Honestly, that hasn't come out
I
yet.
mean, Bring Her Back, I would say maybe would.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I see mixed on
I
that,
don't think
so.
you'll like it as
Yeah,
much.
I don't think it's like
honestly.
your type of film.
But
It's
I mean,
like-
it's in my top 10, but I don't know if it would make your top 10
All right, cool.
here. But I'd say it's definitely worth a watch, though, for sure.
For sure.
All right. Well, thank you, gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
All righty. Thank you so much, gentlemen. And now it is time for the final trivia of the quarter. Todd, I think we're just doing this one for fun because I think we may already have a winner.
Yeah, this is
unfortunately.
just honestly for the yearly stat at the end of the day. Because quarter number 3 has fallen to the evil, to the rotten, to the corrupt Steve, who has 20 points to my 12, to Joe's 8. Joe, we got to collude, dude. We got to get this guy off his high horse because he's
Unbelievable.
walking around town with his chin held high, his chest puffed, like he's a cock on the walk, like he's a rooster
Ooh.
in the hen house.
Cock
I'm
on
tired
the
of
walk.
it.
wait till you
Tired
hear
of
the
it.
punishment movie that I
Oh gosh,
got.
better not be that Corey Feldman bullshit that I
No,
gave
no.
you guys.
No. This is strictly based off the title and the poster.
Oh gosh.
No.
Well, would you like to lead off, Mr. Winner of Q3?
Sure, might as well.
All
All
right.
right. So no theme for me this week because someone gave me a question, which I'll say last. But First one is going to be guess the movie based off the supporting cast.
Oh, interesting.
Number 1, David Keith.
Also known as Keith David.
Yes.
Is that the same guy?
No.
Okay.
Freddie Jones. Louise Fletcher.
Oof.
Oh, I think I know her. Nurse Ratchet.
No, she's Oh yes, yeah, no, that's right.
It is
She is
Nurse
Nurse
Ratched,
Ratched,
right?
yeah. Art Carney,
Yes.
the beloved George C. Scott,
Oh.
Yes, I know him.
Martin
wow.
Sheen.
Oh, Firestarter.
Yeah, correct.
Nice.
And I was going to say Heather Locklear in her debut.
Heather Locklear is so hot in that movie, man. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
Fun fact, I just watched the movie for the first time in over like 30 years. Like 3
Yeah,
years ago.
I don't.
Is it
That's
good?
one with Drew Barrymore, right?
Yeah, she's excellent in it. She's so sweet. It's a solid movie. It's a solid movie.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
All right, I'll go since I got that one. Okay. Okay. A band member from what band? So I just need the band. Made an appearance in Saw 3D from 2010.
Oh, Linkin Park.
Damn it, fucking safe.
Yeah.
Tired of this guy.
The late great Chester Bennington.
Yeah,
Right.
tired of him.
Fucking crazy scene though.
Oh, that's
the,
fucking amazing
the
scene.
car scene. Yeah.
Nuts. He like peels his back off the
Yeah.
super glued car seat and everything. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Shit.
He did well. Like he had a bright future as an actor. Honestly, if
Yeah.
it's a shame.
Yeah, if you have problems, people get help, please.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
All right, Joe.
All right. I have a theme tonight.
Oh,
'Cause I'm a man of themes.
he's a
Yeah,
man.
so-
He's a theme.
I
He's a
think
themester. He's a theme boy.
Stephen King theme.
it might be Stephen King theme
Yeah.
since we are reviewing The Long Walk.
Oh, let's see.
Which who read the book? Just Todd?
I did
Just-
a long time
We
Oh,
ago.
both read the
Steve
books.
read it.
All right,
Yeah,
awesome.
it's
All
part of
Uh,
the Bachman books, right?
Let me one up, Steve. I've read it twice.
Okay, no,
Wow.
me it's been a long time, so
I finished it 2 days before I watched the movie, so I'm superior to Steve
nice.
right now.
good because I only remember the
you.
end, and
Yeah.
there's only a couple things I remember, and that there was 100 people in it.
hmm
I remember that. I actually have the poster right next to where I sleep.
Oh.
Oh, there's a poster for it. I
No,
didn't
well,
know that.
so they made a UK version of like just that story, and the artist who drew the book cover, like I have a print of the book
Oh,
cover
very cool.
with John, like signed by the artist.
Very nice.
Cool.
I'll put a picture in the Discord.
For sure.
Nice. Well, question 1. What was the first King novel to be made into a TV miniseries?
Oh,
Wow, excellent question.
Yes.
There's
Add
so
to the
many.
book,
There's-
Todd.
there's-
Add it to the book.
There's so
say
yeah, I will.
it.
There's so many of those.
It did
Steve's
Steve
guess was
say
it?
it first?
Yes, I did.
He said it.
Yeah, it is incorrect.
Okay, it is incorrect. First thing to turn into a miniseries. I'm trying to think of miniseries for Stephen King.
A lot of them.
Oh, is it Salem's Lot?
It is Salem's
Oh, nice.
Lot. Yes.
Nice.
I would have thought was first, but nice.
It was 90s. Salem's
90,
Lot was 80s, right?
Okay, yeah.
I think so.
All right. Guess the movie based off the IMDb parental
Parental
guide. Oh yes.
Do my best.
We're gonna start with sex and nudity.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Get out
that's
your
my
tube,
favorite.
get out your tube socks for this one.
Oh,
Tube socks.
Yeah.
I'm doing ankle socks, Playboy. I'm not as big as you guys.
A man and a woman are in bed
Oh,
and they say some suggestive stuff.
naughty things. Can you say that sexier?
Yeah, no, that's as sexy as it gets.
Oh,
Violence
you
and
do
gore.
like the guy from True Lies.
Yeah, right. Do it. Do small. Do it
Slowly.
very slowly.
oh my.
Violence and gore.
Uh-huh.
A dead woman is shown hanging half out of her bedroom window with a hairdryer cord wrapped around her neck
Oh.
and holding on her hairdryer.
Hey, that happens. That happens.
Profanity.
Yep.
Yes.
13 uses of fuck, 29 of shit, 9
Yep.
of hell, 4 of asshole, 12 of goddamn, 8 of son of a bitch, 8 of damn, 7 of ass, 2 of bastard, 3 of Jesus, 1 of sweet Jesus,
That's a
1 of
cuss word?
God Almighty, 6 of Jesus Christ, 3 of Christ's sake, 1 of puss bag,
Oh.
1 of prick, and 1 of tits up.
Hits up and push bag. Personal faves. Personal fave.
My. My.
Oh yeah, there's a lot.
Jeez.
Alcohol, drugs, and smoking. Some minor smoking and beer drinking is seen.
Everyone does it.
And finally, fighting intense scenes. Probably the giveaway.
Okay.
Mhm.
A 9-year-old boy is run over by a
Maximum
skateboard.
Overdrive.
Correct.
Yeah.
I thought you might get it from the first one, but
I did. I had it
yeah,
from the quarter on
the hair.
next
Yeah,
thing. Yeah.
that's what I figured.
I haven't seen that in forever though.
we did it in a movie club like a year and a half ago. It was fun.
Very cool.
Mm.
All right. In a movie we watched a couple months ago, Martyrs 2008. What does Lucy do to herself shortly after she jumps through a window and out into the rain? You get one guess each. Lucy is one of the girls that they stumble upon.
This is the original?
Yeah. So what does Lucy do to herself shortly after she jumps through a window and goes out into the rain?
Oh man, I
Kills
can picture-
herself.
Yeah, but I need to know how.
Slits her throat.
Got it.
Yeah, that's
On the
it with the
money.
glass, right?
Mhm.
I don't know. I just put
Yes.
sister throat in there.
Yeah.
Alrighty. 3
right.
letterboxed reviews. Can you guess the movie?
Try.
Amazingly well acted
Mhm.
for a B movie,
Hmm.
not just by the lead actor, but also the other actors involved. I'm obviously not saying the actors. Superbly photographed as well, but not surprising given the director.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Continuing. Everyone with the same review. Everyone works together to elevate King's fairly pedestrian story into something sporadically unsettling. Number 2. Things I loved about this movie. No explanation or lore behind one of the main characters, one of the villains. The affection between the two leads, which feels pretty unusual for an 80s movie about high school.
Christine?
It is Christine,
Nice.
correct?
Okay. I'm thinking the two best friends they're talking about?
Yes.
The relationship?
Yep.
That makes
What's
sense.
his name?
Arnie.
Arnie, there you go.
Mhm.
Love that
And
movie, man.
number 3 was at last a strong female character.
Nice.
Christine, I guess.
Christine herself.
Christine. Got it.
All right. So thank you, Weezer Face, for this question.
Weird face back. Cool.
In the Slumber Party Massacre,
Sexier, please.
a copy of Playgirl magazine is prominently featured.
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
What 80s stud is on the cover?
Ooh,
80 stud
great question.
Playgirl.
Let's go with Tom Selleck.
Wrong.
Oh,
I like the cut of your jib, but it's not Tom Selleck.
the cut of your jib. Okay, Grandpa. Um, was Playgirl fully nude? Like you saw dong and stuff?
I think so.
I could tell you.
Oh, yeah. Damn it. I thought I caught you. We used to work at the porn store, so you didn't have Playgirls?
Yeah, I worked in the 2000s. We didn't have freaking magazines anymore.
Oh,
You
that's a
have
bummer.
to ask Jack Torrance. He was reading Playgirl in The Shining.
What
Right.
do you think the meaning of that is? No, we're not gonna get into
I'm sure there's several.
that. The 80s heartthrob on the cover of Playgirl in the 80s. Who was
I would argue 70s, 80s heartthrob.
70s,
Ah.
80s? Rob Lowe.
Wrong.
No.
You guys want one more
Rob
guess?
Lowe's handsome, man.
Yeah, but 70s, like Rob, I don't think Rob
I
Lowe
don't know, he's
is.
probably like 30.
I'll give you guys a hint.
Mhm.
He
Yes.
is an Academy Award winner.
Oh.
May I go again,
Yeah,
Joe?
Yeah.
you both went
Go,
once.
Okay.
go for it.
Robert Redford
No, good guess
No.
though.
passed away with speed.
Yeah,
Indeed.
Joe, you want one more guess of an Academy Award winning?
Heartthrob, big old dong.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna Google like 1980s Playgirl covers to see.
Yeah, no. I got
Yeah.
none.
So the stud she was talking about was Sylvester Stallone.
Sly.
Good for
Sly,
him.
off his Italian
it.
stallion fame.
Gosh.
Yeah. Maybe they didn't go full dong then. I don't know.
I
if
mean, he
Stallone
did an
would've-
Italian stallion. So
Look it up,
Yeah.
Joe.
Did Shawn
yeah,
Michaels?
look.
I remember Shawn Michaels being a Playgirl when I was like
Well,
big into wrestling.
I don't think Playboy went bottoms on for their women, right?
For
It was only
celebrities, at
topless.
least.
No, they did.
They
Did
did,
they?
Playboy definitely did.
not typically for the
Okay.
celebrities.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Well, the more you know.
indeed.
All right, back to me. Last one here. Let me find it.
I will be googling that. No, I'll see what I can find.
All right. Did we review Behind the Mask: The Rise of Leslie Vernon?
We did not.
No.
We did not. Okay, have you both seen it?
A long time ago, but yes.
Yes.
Okay, well, tough shit.
Been a minute.
So, what do the characters call a Dr. Loomis type avenging character in Behind the Mask? So they're talking about
Robert Englund's
characters that are
characters.
what's that?
Robert Englund's character.
Exactly. Like what do they what do they call people that are like hunting down the killer that are similar to Dr. Loomis? What term do they have for that?
I'd call
Nope.
brown coats.
Brown coats. No, that's a good show though.
Mm.
Firefly.
Yeah.
I'll give you a hint. It's a literary reference, like a classic literature reference. That's all I'm giving you.
Okay. Sherlock.
And incorrect, Joe.
I got nothing.
The correct answer would be Ahab's, Captain Ahab from The White Wall. Yeah, calls him Ahab's. I thought, no, you know what? I think I got confused and I watched this movie and then we didn't review it and you guys reviewed a totally different movie. I was just there. I forgot what that was about though. I don't know.
Yes. Well, so I don't know if this. All right, I think Stallone did go full dong in that Playgirl.
Bring it out. Share it to this Discord.
Okay. Yep, I'm sending it as we speak.
Oh.
Without context.
No, I'm not going to send.
I'll send the picture like
in the Discord. Yeah. Okay. Guess
Sylvester's dick.
Guess the movie based on the IMDb information.
I wonder what the AI is going to say about our show this time.
I just sent it to you guys.
Oh god, let me see. Don't ask your question yet. Hold on. And Bill. There he is. There's his dick. All right.
All right. Okay.
That's funny.
Guess the movie based off of the IMDb information. After we all just saw Sylvester Stallone's penis.
Yep.
This movie was released in the year 1984.
Uh-huh.
With an R rating.
Good.
Clocking in at 1 hour and 32 minutes.
Nice and tight.
Categorized as slasher horror, horror, thriller, and folk horror.
Oh, cool.
Currently sitting at a 5.6 out of 10 over on IMDb with a 45 out of 100 on Metascore. Starring R.G. Armstrong, Peter Horton, Anne-Marie McAvoy, Robert Kiger, and Dan Snook.
None of them ring a bell.
Yeah, I don't know any of those names.
Director, Fritz Kirsch.
Christ.
And the tagline, an adult nightmare.
Adult nightmare. You said slasher at the first clue?
Yes.
Stephen King slasher. The Dark Half?
Incorrect.
The 84 is really throwing me off.
84 slasher.
Like, I didn't think he had that many movies that early on.
Let Steve guess, and then I'll give you an additional cast member.
I'll throw a Carrie, but I know it's not that. So
it is not Carrie. No. All right, let me give you one more cast member here. And the other cast member is John Philbin.
Oh. From Return of the Living Dead.
Correct.
John Philbin. Was it no? I'm sorry, what years did you say?
1984.
Was it Cat's Eye?
It is not Cat's Eye.
Fuck.
D, would you like to guess?
I mean, John Philbin in like 2 weeks.
I'll say Needful Things.
Incorrect.
I've never seen it.
I was leaving out 3 major actors. Number 1 being the biggest, Linda Hamilton, along with John Franklin and Courtney Gaines. The movie is Children of the Corn.
Totally didn't even think of that one.
Yeah, didn't cross my mind. Shit. All right, is that all?
Yep.
That's it.
All right. Big night for me, 4 to Steve and Joe's 1, which brings us to quarter three. Final numbers are 21 for Steve, 16 for me, 9 for Joe. Let's plug them into the supercomputer here.
Ooh.
Computing. Beep, 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 boop, boop, beep, beep. All right. Steve in a lead with 56. Myself, second place, 53. Joe, 40. Jojo, catch up, babe.
I'm sucking, man. I'm
All right,
sucking
you
ass.
guys want your punishment for
Yes.
quarter three?
Let me get Letterbox ready. See what this fucking thing is.
Get
Go
ready
ahead.
get ready to type because it's a hell of a title.
Oh
Oh,
gosh.
shit.
The name is Power Tool
Ooh.
Cheerleaders versus the boy band of
Oh.
the Screeching Dead.
I love
Wow.
it. Power Tool Cheerleaders?
Oh, here we go.
Power Tool Cheerleaders
2022.
yeah,
Oh,
versus the boy band
nice.
of the Screeching Dead.
Have you watched this before?
I have not, but I will because it still sounds cool.
He loves the punishment. It does sound cool. The plot: when a cursed amulet turns their rival boy band act into a screeching gang of zombies, a group of cheerleaders must learn to use their wits, friendship, and assorted power tools before a TV talent show takes a turn for the apocalyptic.
Okay.
Interesting.
You're lucky
Interesting.
because I came this close to picking Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter.
That sounds
I've always
fun,
wanted
too.
to watch that.
Yeah, but no, I think this one had a cool title, so I'm like, let's put it out there.
It doesn't have.
It has a 6.6 on IMDb
Yeah,
out of
it's got
116
some-
reviews.
It's well reviewed.
It is.
Kind of. Yeah. All right.
Yep.
I don't want to give
Well-
anything like too crazy, like a
This
fucking.
sounds fun.
Where'd you see this one at? Like, why'd you?
Oh, Tubi. I love the
Tubi.
title and the poster.
Okay.
I'm like, this could be fun for you guys. So
Very cool.
I won't be too
Sweet.
mean.
All right.
Pull
So
up,
if you want to follow along with us, go and check it out. Power Tool Cheerleaders versus the boy band of the Screeching Dead.
Oof.
Love
I
it.
think it's only like an hour, 16 minutes too, or something.
Oh,
Oh,
perfect.
even better.
Yeah,
And I watched Lederhosen, and we'll talk about that next week.
nice.
Cool.
Didn't love it though.
No, I saw that.
Yeah, wanted to, but
What
didn't
do you
catch
know?
it. I don't know anything. I know how to
All
love.
righty. Thank you, gentlemen. And now it is time. We are forgoing. I should mention we haven't done news in a long time. It will come back next week. I know a lot of you love your news, and you miss the soft voice of our dear friend Chuck. So it'll be back next week. We promise. I know we've been slacking. My bad. All right, but now it is time for our main event of the evening, 2025's The Long Walk. Directed by Francis Lawrence. Starring Cooper Hoffman, Garrett Waring, David Johnson, and of course, the man himself, Mark Hamill, as the Major. Plot. A group of teenage boys complete an annual contest known as the Long Walk, in which they must maintain a certain walking speed or get shot. All right, yeah, pretty much sums it up. All right, that's it. Episode's over.
Rate it.
Todd, I think you can tell us a little more about the Long Walk. So let's hear it.
I will do my best. Okay, so previously mentioned it was based on Stephen King's book, the same title, which was written under Richard Bachman. If you don't know that whole story, he wanted to prove he can be a famous writer and a successful writer without his name, and he did it, and blah blah blah. So, yeah, so the movie follows most of the time Ray Garrity, played by Cooper Hoffman, who I didn't even know Felix Seymour Hoffman's son. So rest in peace to him, amazing actor. And then Peter McBride, played by David Johnson, who are two of 50 boys that in this post kind of war America, they loosely tell you what happened, but they don't give a lot of information. But it's a loose war America where production goes way up during this contest and afterwards. So like they really want to like push it, and it's live streamed to everybody, and people vote on it, or not vote on it, bet on it, and all that crap. And then yeah, the rules are simple. You got to at least walk 3 miles per hour, which is a change from 4 miles per hour in the book, which is way too fast. 4 miles per hour. But yeah, you walk 3 miles per hour, you get 3 warnings, and after the third one, you don't get another one. If you go below it, you get fucking killed. And there's rules. You have to stay on the road, keep walking. You can't interfere with people. You can't fight, things like that. And last man standing wins, right? And there's rules. There's suggestions saying like, hey, conserve energy when possible. Suggestions are don't make friends. But of course, these are young men, and they strike up friendships, mostly between Ray and Peter. and they just walk, man. And we learn about these characters as they walk through life, and they're telling them, eventually they explain why each of them are there. And of course, we get to know these guys very closely because the movie is literally dudes walking on a road with a couple flashbacks here and there, but nothing too lengthy. So you're there in pretty much one location on a road with these guys, man. And, you know, I love the book. Like I said, I read it again in preparation for this because read it maybe 10, 15 years ago. And yeah, long story short, man, I'll tell you guys why later. I love this movie. I thought it was a fantastic adaptation that changed enough stuff from the book to leave me like I'm like because when you read the book and you're watching the movie, like okay, I know exactly what's going to happen to certain characters. But this one changed just enough to be like, oh fuck, like okay. And they also, which I appreciated for time and running time's sake, they combined a few stories and made a couple characters from the book into one character in the movie and switched some stuff around, which is nice. I thought the acting was phenomenal, especially David Johnson, who played Peter McBride's fucking likable guy, man. I just want to hang out with him. But and then Roman Griffin Davis, man. I loved him from Jojo Rabbit. Great little fucking actor, and he plays a small role in this too. And yeah, I love the characters. I love their relationship, and it made me fucking sad at the end of the day, especially with Judy Greer, who played Ray Garrity's mom. Watching her cry over her son and things like that because she doesn't want him to go in the contest because obviously doesn't want him to die and it's 1 in 50 odds to win. And then as we learn about the characters and we can only have one winner, naturally 49 of these characters are going to die. And to be fair, we only learned maybe 10 characters, pretty closely, and maybe 3 or 4 of those like close enough to like actually care about them. But overall, I love this movie and yeah, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, I had no really prior knowledge of this story going in. So, I'm a little different as far as you guys, as far as, being attached to the book or anything like that. Overall, I enjoyed it quite a bit. I do think there were some aspects, though, lacking. But I'll get into that later. But yeah, I mean, overall, I think it's an amazing, just character like building like movie. Like essentially it's essentially a one like atmosphere type movie, right? Like or one setting. You're basically on this road the entire movie, and I did never find myself really bored with it. I do think it got repetitive at times with some of what was going on, but following our two leads there, they're just yeah, David Johnson especially just kills it. But the two of them were great together, sort of that bromance, I guess I would call it. But even like the other guys you meet along the way, yeah, I mean it was really good. I guess my biggest complaint would be I feel like I would have preferred a little more of the major because when you get sort of the big sort of I guess big quote unquote reveal towards the end, which we can get into later, I feel like I wanted to know a little bit more about what was happening outside of the long walk. I understand the movie is called The Long Walk, so focusing on that. But I feel like there should have been focus maybe slightly elsewhere. But that's more of a nitpick for me. But overall, I enjoyed it, and yeah, solid.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I read it a long time ago, and I remember the gist of it. Basically, it's like a survival story. It was 100 guys, and I always wondered how they would adapt this one because it is just people walking, essentially. But I think they did a fucking fantastic job with this movie. I was entertained the entire time, and it really is just people walking the entire movie. The way that the characters interact with each other, like two characters would interact, and then be two other characters, and it would just keep it interesting just by how they're interacting. You're slowly learning about these characters throughout the film. Then every once in a while, there'd be something that would happen that would get one or two or multiple killed for whatever reason, and I was just really into it. And I'm a sucker for competition films, so just that alone, like trying to find out, who are going to make like the top five, who are the characters, you're watching at the beginning and you're trying to think, okay, who are the ones that are going to be important to the story, and some of them you think are going to be important and they get popped off in the first like few people, and it's just they really did a good job of kind of hiding their cards for most of it. Now, obviously, that Ray's going to make it at the very least to the end or close to the end because they focus on him and Peter a lot. But other than that, it really, you have no idea, and that made it very interesting. I do agree that I wish we got a little bit more like story about what this world is like, but I think they keep it intentionally vague so that you can make your own conclusion as to what this world is like, because really the only thing we get outside of Ray saying a few things during the walk and the one flashback, I think they gave the biggest clue as to what's going on in the world, as to why his dad got killed. Really kind of sets your imagination going as to what this world is like. You parallel it to things that are happening today, things that are happening at the time that this book was written, which is a long time ago. Is people think it echoes the Vietnam War? You know, that's kind of around the time it was written. And yeah, the movie was just, I thought it was brilliant, and I really didn't expect, like, I expected to like it. I didn't expect to like it this much. So I love this film.
Do you guys think it's horror enough, like for like top 10 lists and whatnot for us? Like it's, I think
Um,
it's no, go for it.
lo- yeah, I can see the argument either way.
Yeah,
That's why when I went to IMDb and Letterboxd to see the genre labels just to double check horror, so I'm gonna keep it in mind.
sure.
But if someone doesn't, I can totally accept that too, you know?
Hmm.
So at the end of the day, like the situation is
Horrific, yeah.
horrible itself,
Mhm.
but is it like it's all tone, right? At the end of the
Mhm.
day. So I think the tone they're going with is like horror, but not in the traditional sense of like, slasher and shit like that. But
Yeah, it
what,
kind of reminds me of like the platform, like
mm,
Yeah.
it's
good
like a
comparison.
social horror experiment. And I think it is horror because there are like horrific things that happen. It's just more of a real life horror rather than
Mm,
like weapons or
fantastical, yeah.
spinners or whatever.
Mhm.
So yeah, it makes it hard to put in a list, I find, because they're so different,
Right.
But yeah, I would consider it horror enough to be in a top. Not well, if it is in the top 10, put it in a top 10.
Hmm.
Hmm. Shout out to Judy Greer, man. She played a worried mother extremely well,
She was
and
really good, yeah.
especially the last scene we see her, where so a little backstory. Ray. So each state gets to send a walker, and Ray is the home walker, and the walk takes place in Maine, so he's kind of like the local star or whatever. So he has the benefit of his mom being able to see him on the route, and he sees her one time, and it's just sad, man, because like he doesn't want to go anymore, but he asks her he's gonna get killed in front of her, and then Peter, who saves him 3 or 4 times throughout the film, he like tells him, don't fucking die in front of your mom, at least wait, and he drags him out of there. Super effective scene, man, where it had me fucking it, you know, when I got out of the theater, I was just fucking sad, man. I just the way things played out, and like you don't want to make friends, but of course, young men are going to make friends wherever they go. It's pretty easy for guys to make friends, and these guys make friends in the worst scenario, and unfortunately, have to watch each other get their brains blown out and shit. It sucks. But I if I have to do negatives for this film, is that I think Mark Hamill kind of plays a little bit too hammy for me. He's a little over the top, and it didn't really affect the movie. And when you'll see my score later, but I thought he was a little too much. And then I thought they should have leaned in to the pain that they were experiencing a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because in the book, they're like describing like, oh, I feel pus underneath my feet, like how many blisters just like going over what their body's going through a little bit more. I think that would have been more effective for the viewer to see because walking 300 plus miles, fucking insane.
Is
So
it
it's
even
like,
plausible? I like debated, like, how they're sort of walking while sleeping. I'm like, is that
yeah, I've fallen
even?
asleep. I've fallen asleep doing that before
Yeah.
in the military. It's possible.
Okay.
Um,
I don't think it's possible for that long.
Right. Yeah.
Well, that's why their
But
bodies give out too, though. Like some people
yeah,
just collapse, and
Yeah.
yeah, but like 5 days, spoiler,
that's
Yeah.
it's a
yes.
lot. Yeah.
Also with time too, I think they could have done better,
Yeah.
Hmm.
showing progression of time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
See, as someone who didn't read the book, I thought Mark Hamill was like, I never found him to be like comedic, like, or like over the top. Like, it just seemed like a like legit someone who would be like in the military, like
Mhm.
extremist. So I thought he did great. Like, I thought he was fantastic. I honestly thought I would have preferred a little more of him, if I'm
A
being
little more.
honest. Yeah.
Yeah, actually,
Ju-
I'll even go a little bit further. What surprised me about his role, and that I think he did brilliantly, and why I agree with Joe that I really like Mark Hamill. That role could have easily just been a dickhead the whole movie, but he was somewhat compassionate. Like he actually, like obviously he doesn't care about the kids. He's going to shoot them, but he made it look like he cared about the kids. Like it would go like at the end. I won't say who, but when the winner is crowned, he's like kind of proud of that person. And he
Mhm.
says a few times in the movie, like, I'm proud of you. You made it 100 miles. You beat the rain or whatever. So I like that mix of, you don't know if he's going to be compassionate or a fucking like crazy asshole. It's just, I think he balanced that well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Well, I mean, I guess we can just get into spoiler territory now, but like my biggest, I guess, issue with the movie is like I just feel like we should have gotten more with him. Like even some scenes just sort of like with him, maybe like behind the scenes or anywhere, or just like along the walk. Because like when it is revealed that essentially he's a terrible person and is like it seems like he's just like
He's basically an
raping
SS
raping
officer.
all
Yeah.
these women and doing all these terrible things, and it's revealed that one of these guys on the long walk is his son, and that he has like all these sort of illegitimate son. To me, the impact just wasn't.
Stebbins.
Yeah, to me, like the impact of that should have been like bigger to me, but to me it was like it almost seemed like an afterthought, like, or wasn't. I don't know, to me it just didn't hit as well as I think it could have had they developed him a little more.
I agree. I agree. And Stebbins was combined with like three different characters
Okay.
from the book. Stebbins in the book is like this little dainty dude that everyone's like kind of freaked out by because he's just a little weirdo. But they kind of combine him with Hank and stuff like that. But I
Mhm.
no, I agree. But
Yeah, I mean it's tough though.
it is,
When you
yeah, it's a long
have
fucking.
developing a book, you obviously
Mhm.
get to change a lot.
Yeah, you know what I thought? So, he's saying that he was hiding the secret, right?
Mhm.
If I had written this movie, I would have changed his secret because I thought, like you said, it didn't hit very well that his
Yeah.
that was his father. To me, I would have made it that the government put him into the contest to win it. Like they picked the best person to win it, so the government didn't have to pay up. It was like almost like a ringer that they put in that ensures that they can control the winner of the long walk. But unexpectedly, he got sick. Yeah, but it's just like, I don't know. To him being his dad, just kind of like, I was like, all right, you know.
Right. Yeah, right. Yeah.
And in the book, Art Baker gets sick, not um Stebbins. Stebbins fucking I forget what he does. But yeah. And Barkovich is played very well, like the little villain in the groups, just like
Mhm.
goading people to get hurt and stuff. Yeah, he was awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I did it seem like the blood was like the some of those kills were like digitally like
I'm
blood
sure they
and
were.
stuff like
Oh
that. It
yeah.
just to me it seemed like it, but I mean that's just nitpicking. Obviously, practical effects
Mhm.
always I can always sort of eye that, but I don't know. Just to me, like like I feel like that's why I feel like I mean, yeah, like we should have gotten like some other scenes just because like I don't know. At times I just felt it did get repetitive with like okay, how many times do we have to watch like a guy just like stopping his shit and like and
Mhm.
like the same sort of kills over and over again. I just felt like something it should have gotten broken up a little bit better. But I understand the movie is called The Long Walk. You're focusing on that long walk, but I don't know. I would have just did something slightly, whether we're following just sort of Judy Greer's character in little moments or even like I said, the major. I just think like breaking it up a little bit would have, to me, made it a little better.
Well, how do you like this, Joe? This is
Okay, let's hear it.
left out of the movie.
Sure.
So Ray has a girlfriend, and that's
Mhm.
his main driving thing. And they
Okay.
say he just broke up with her before the movie and or before the long walk happens in the movie. But yeah, he that's the main driving force for him. And he doesn't really like his mom.
Interesting.
It's alluded to that Ray is gay because he
Hmm.
had like a weird, you know how, younger kids are fucking experimenting, whatever, and she walked in on him and his friend with boners like naked and shit. So like it was alluded to that he was gay, and I could see kind of undertones in the movie, like
Yep.
because him and Peter are so close, but that doesn't mean anything, obviously, and it's not wrong, whatever. But how would you feel if they kept flashing back to like why he doesn't like his mom, hanging out with his girlfriend, her trying to convince him not to leave, shit like that? How would you like the breakups with that?
That I mean, that would have been I would have been fine with that. Like just any more like flashback scenes. Honestly, I think I would have preferred rather than that, I would have preferred maybe more of Peter's
Peter.
backstory. Yeah,
You
rather
you
because
want his backstory?
we get a lot of sure, yeah, you can tell me if
Sorry. So,
it's in the book.
he's yeah, in the movie it says like he gets in fights or something, right? That's why he has a
Mhm.
scar. In the book, he has this girlfriend and like they're young lovers or whatever, and they move out, try and make a better life for themselves, and she grows like apart from him because she's more successful than he is. And then he almost kind not really, but kind of sexually almost assaults her, like he pushes himself on her and she fucking stabs him in the face. That's why he gets that. So he's
Oh,
ashamed of it
shit.
from his actions.
Yeah. See, he's so likable in the movie,
Oh
like
yeah.
sort of putting that. I think that's probably why they cut it out because they didn't want like
I don't remember
any of these
exactly
characters to have
assault. Yeah.
sort of a negative backstory,
Hmm.
I guess. So I could see why they would cut that part out, but you could rewrite it and sort of make his story sort of tug at the heartstrings too. So you're kind of rooting for both of them at the end, which
Hmm.
um the end too is like one like it's heartbreaking, but that's another one where I feel like this like the finale like to me like the stakes should have been like a little almost like higher like where like I did feel something but like I feel like there should have been like I don't know like a bigger sort of build up to that than it just sort of happening too like I don't yeah as the book readers what do you guys think did they change the ending it
Yeah.
seems like yeah okay
Before we get to that, I just want to say one thing that I felt kind of the same way about the ending
Mhm.
is they don't really establish what the world is like.
Yeah
So when you see a crowd, it's just like, I don't know, it feels like off, and I don't really get why the crowd is just there with the final two. Like, how'd they all get there at the same time? Like, how'd they know that's where it would be? Because it happens pretty quickly after
yeah
like the final three, kind of. It's like, I don't know. It's just a lot of logistical things that are going through my mind that was kind of taking away from the ending to me.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, he did say that they weren't allowed to have crowds in anywhere but there.
yeah, it's just
So maybe it's
it's
just
so far
lucky
away that
accident. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, very lucky
Which is
accident.
weird because in the book there's crowds everywhere, like cheering
Yeah,
them on
that makes
constantly.
more sense to me. Like,
Yeah.
right, that there'd be crowds everywhere because
Uh,
everyone would
yeah.
watch it.
I actually
Yeah.
liked when people were there, like on the side,
Mhm,
because it just added a little something, to
mhm.
what is usually just fields.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So yeah,
Yeah, and the reveal of Hank having a wife was really mishandled too, because after Hank dies, the Asian fellow like, oh, he had a
oh, that's
wife.
right. Yep.
Like, oh, okay, why do we care? At a book we care because like it's built up, and Hank is actually like this big white dude, and he's in like Vegas or whatever. His odds are like the best to win,
Mm.
and like he's like, I'm fine. I fucking practice. I do 100 miles a day. I'm good. Like, and he's like, I'm winning this for my wife. We're gonna have a good life. And like then he gets sick, and you're like, fuck. Like, so when his death happens, it's way more impactful in the book because you actually know about a lot of his story before.
Mhm.
yeah, I thought he was gonna like drop the gum accidentally
Hmm.
and then just fall to his knees and be like, almost like, I'm done. Like if the gum's out, I'm out because they do such a big job of establishing that stupid piece of gum
Yeah.
but it doesn't really play into
It's good luck
the.
charm.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, but it doesn't really play into his death, so it's like, why did they bother?
What if he stepped on it and like tripped? He
Yes,
got stuck to the
yeah,
pavement.
yeah. Which kills were the most memorable to you? Like outside of
Ooh.
the the final five there, because that's obviously emotional, but like just either surprised you or disgusted you or gave you some type of reaction.
When the APC runs over the guy's legs, it's
Oh yeah,
brutal. And then
yeah.
they're just
That was
like,
good.
warning number one, and his legs are fucking
Yeah,
crushed. Warning number two, it's like, gosh damn. That was pretty bad.
Yeah.
And then Roman Griffin Davis too, the first
Agreed.
character that dies, because
His
he's
the
such a
most
nice
yeah.
guy.
He's like a
Little
really
kid.
young too.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little kid. Yeah. Yeah, that one's probably the toughest, but the coolest is probably the leg running
Oof,
over. Yeah.
brutal.
Goriest too.
Yeah.
the first was that the like kind of autistic kid.
No,
Yeah.
was he autistic?
Well, I don't know if he was autistic, but
I
he was
thought
definitely.
He said
yeah.
he was 16. He was lying about his age. That's what I thought the
Mhm.
Oh
biggest
no,
thing
so
was.
it's not that one I'm thinking of. Me, it's the one that what's his name?
The one that stabbed
The
himself in the
bully?
throat?
No,
Oh,
the one that Barkovich kind of
Barkovich?
like eggs on, and
Oh yeah.
eventually
Oh,
that leads to his getting like
Mm-hmm.
killed.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that
What
kid.
happens to him though? How does he die? I mean, he gets shot, but
Yeah, but I don't remember like why he falls back. Is it because he swings at
he swings and
Barkovich and
misses
then
a couple times.
yo, that's it. He swings, misses, and falls on his face, which injures him, and then he doesn't get up
Hmm.
because he like scrapes his face on the pavement, and yeah, that
Why?
leads to his death.
All these that guy who stopped who got killed because he had to stop to shit like wouldn't like I would just fucking walk and just walk while I shit
Yeah,
while I walk, you know
That's
what I
what they
mean, just
said.
fucking
Yeah.
just run down your leg.
that's what some other guys did, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, but
right.
think of the rash you would get on your ass and
Yeah,
your legs,
true,
man.
yeah,
Oof,
it would
brutal.
probably hurt to walk too after a while, yeah,
Mhm.
all that swass, you know.
So man, swamp ass. I'd be fucked, dude. Swamp ass up What else you got? I mean, do you want to? Do we talk about the ending and the differences between?
Yeah, we
No, not
could.
yet. Go for it. I'm
Uh,
curious. I want to know how it changed.
yeah. So eventually, it's our main characters, Peter and Ray, and they're walking, and Peter's like, "I'm gonna let you win, Ray. I'm gonna let you do." it." He's like, "No, you fucking can't." And then they're delirious, and then Ray is the one that lets him win, and he gets fucking
Mm,
killed. And you're like, "Fuck, dude." And then Peter's wish, and they talked about this earlier, was to get one of the rifles and
mhm.
kill the fucking major, which he does. Um, but yeah, in the book, Ray wins, and Peter's the last one besides Ray, and then Ray, when he wins, like it's kind of like a death thing. It's open to interpretation, but he had been seeing visions of like a Grim Reaper almost kind of character, and when he wins, like it's implied that he just loses his mind and he keeps walking.
Oh,
So
I kind of like that. I,
yeah,
I kind of like that better, if
I
I'm being
agree. Like
honest.
I like the
Yeah.
idea that he just keeps walking because he's so
Yeah.
gone by this point
Mm.
that his mind, and like whether you see him drop or not at the end, like just
Yeah.
Yeah.
it
It's
would have
like
been almost better.
this one was sort of like a typical, I guess,
But
Hollywood
Shock ending.
ending in
yes and
some
no.
ways.
But
Yeah.
because does he die? Because the crowd disappears.
Right.
I wonder, did he get shot after
Peter.
killing? Yeah,
Yeah.
after killing the
I mean, that was
major.
his that
I
was his wish,
debated
right?
that. Yeah. I debated that myself at the end, whether I think he does.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Just
so
get
too.
shot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he does die at the end. Yep.
I don't know how you would survive. I mean,
Hmm.
right?
Well, I don't know. Like,
Leader just got killed.
yeah. There's that. It's like I don't know. It's interesting, but that was my interpretation based
Hmm.
off kind of like the crowd just disappearing, and
Right.
it's just him, and it's just
Yeah,
like
I think they probably both did die at the end.
mhm.
It's also implied in the book that the winners don't usually win either because they're so fucked up. Like one guy wins in the book and he has a brain hemorrhage right afterwards and stuff like
Hmm.
that.
Do you
Yeah.
think this really would end the long walk though, just because they killed the major? You got to think there's other
Yeah,
people,
there's always
yeah,
another.
like right. So, like, I don't think this plan is gonna work out. Like, it seems like this world is clearly fucked. Um,
I like Stebbins' view though. He's like, I'm gonna make him acknowledge that I'm his son and
yeah,
take me into his house. It's like, oh, like it obviously doesn't work out for him, but
no,
Right.
yeah, that was
I don't think it would
an interesting choice.
have.
Okay, well, how about if you let's get a little deep here, not too
Ooh.
deep, a little deep. I
Oh,
have a
deep.
couple
Little deep.
deep questions.
Oh.
First one, what do you think this whole movie is like about? What do you
Hmm.
think the message is?
I didn't even think about that.
I didn't either. I mean, I see that it being about the Vietnam War makes sense. Like, if that's when around the time he wrote it, you know what I mean? But
I don't get what it'd be about in the war though. Steven wasn't in the
no,
war,
he
so like, what's he
wasn't.
complaining?
Right. Yeah.
I don't know.
Um, yeah, I mean, I didn't really think about it
So here's
too
my
deeply,
interpretation
got?
of
honestly.
it.
Yeah.
So I see it as when people who are in power exert their power on the population, it becomes a situation where the population becomes prisoner to the system, right? And something that you see throughout the long walk, they take these normal, probably mostly poor people, from each state and put
Yeah.
them in this situation. And despite their differences and despite their disagreements throughout the long walk, and you see this especially with Barkovich, if they like gather together and like put aside their differences and just get to know each other on a human level, which is what they end up doing with each other, all these people from different walks of life, you can be bigger than the system. You can stop the system from doing what it's doing. And I think that's what the message of the movie is it's people who are putting aside their differences, becoming friends despite, whatever backgrounds they come from, and get essentially, putting an end. In this case, the system is the major, but it could be,
Hmm.
So I thought that's
Mm.
what the whole
I
movie
like
is
that.
about.
Sure. Yeah.
I like it.
Makes total sense. Yeah.
They don't want us to like each other.
I think you hit it on the nose.
Yeah.
Right there, Steve.
What's your other question? Will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Yes.
No, the other question is, you just won the long walk. Congratulations.
Oh.
What is your wish?
Yeah, right. That's the one thing you would think about.
Well, you get money
Is
already.
it 10 naked girls?
I mean, I would just think you'd want to be in that type of world. I think you would just want the money,
No,
right?
but
Like
the
it's
money, you already
You get
have the
money.
money, so it
You
has
get
to
well,
be
money.
yeah,
something
that's right.
separate from
Okay,
the
yeah,
money,
you're
right?
completely rich, right?
I want.
No,
Go ahead.
um, I don't know, right? If you get the money with money comes, I would think a lot
Hmm.
from the
I want a
yeah, I
private
don't know.
island.
Yeah,
I
I
want a
like
private
You could
island.
buy that. See, that's the
That's
thing,
true.
right?
yeah.
You got to find something
I
Is
want to
there
be
like a
president of the
is
United
there
States.
do they ever give like a dollar amount? They just said like
No,
they
it's
basically
just
say
fuck
it's
ton
like,
of money.
extremely
yeah,
rich. Yeah.
No,
you know, and
I want to be.
that's why I like that. I want to go to space
Oh,
because
for
that's
Ready Player
something.
One.
Yeah, now you could buy it, but at the time in the 70s, you couldn't buy that. Yeah,
Oh, he wants to go to the moon, right? That one kid.
yeah.
Yeah.
I want to be president of the United States,
Well,
especially
they
I
in
wonder
would
what the
that be
limits are
allowed?
to
Right.
the long
Yeah.
walk. Like there must be like rules where it's
There's got to
like,
be like the
yeah,
purge.
yeah. Can you imagine they just give you whatever you want, like one thing, just doesn't matter what it is.
Big Mac.
Yeah.
What is your guys's?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Now the 10 naked ladies does, but you could buy the 10 naked ladies like they say.
Yeah,
you know?
they have
That's-
they have a huge
Yeah,
debate
that's a
about
given.
that. Yeah, that was a funny.
Two chicks at the same time.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think about it, but
Think
I'll
about
probably
it.
ask it in my question of the week.
President of
during
the world, Steve.
President. Yeah. Oh my God, I would make so many changes. I'd put everyone in jail, essentially. Like,
I know.
yeah, no, I thought it was an interesting thing. I'm also surprised that they don't talk about it more during the walk. Like, I
Mhm.
would have liked to have known more of the people's like one wish, because I think
Sure.
it's fascinating to see
Yeah.
what people can come up with.
That's why I like Baker in the book so much better, is because like he's a simple person and he
Yeah,
just
yeah,
wants to take care
I
of his
got it.
wife.
I got it.
But
I'm sorry. I
Oh.
thought of it
three
just
chicks at
now.
the same time?
No, it is absolutely mandatory that there is a video store that does video rentals and
There
purchases
you go.
every 50 miles. It's like
Wow. What
mandatory.
about late fees? What are late fees looking
Love
like?
it.
No late fees. Fuck
No,
that.
like, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
gotta have
think-
late
yeah,
fees. I used to run a video store. You have to have late fees. People abuse the system if you don't.
Yeah, I think you would have to create like some sort of law or rule,
Yeah.
right? That you think could better, I guess, the world or the country
Well,
at that point.
Mhm.
yeah, that's why I would want to be president of the United States with all the judicial powers. So I could just be like,
I don't know if they would allow it, but
oh,
who
they're
knows?
allowing. It's my wish. Dang, I was gonna say something I forgot. Oh, Peter's original thing was to pick two winners.
Oh yeah,
Instead of
that's
just
right.
one.
I think they mentioned that actually in the movie.
In the
Don't
movie, yeah,
they?
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't remember what their wishes were in the book, but
Yeah. Yeah. That's something that crossed my mind, like at the end where they were about to execute. I thought it would be probably
spare 'em.
Raymond, and it's like, yeah, as your winner, as your future winner, you need to spare him. And then there's like a debate where, well, if he's not dead, you're not the winner yet, or
Did they say you couldn't wish to like end the long walk? That's like the one rule you can't like say or something
Yeah,
like
that
that.
was one
I
of
think
the-
that's what
yeah.
they said. Yeah,
correct.
that's like the one rule.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why he thought shooting, would maybe
Right.
end it.
Major isn't like the highest rank in the army, so it's like,
Right.
why is he the fucking boss?
Yeah.
Well, maybe in this dystopian world,
In this
we don't know.
world, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, but
So
probably
do we
not.
think he's like the
I don't
president
think
and all that?
I don't think if he was the top
Major?
dog, he would
Yeah.
be like
No.
on the fucking like long walk with them.
Well,
Oh,
People
maybe-
love him though. Like,
Maybe he
with
is the
zero
president.
protection.
He is sort of like
well, he
I
also
guess, the
says he's like,
president.
no one's gonna shoot anybody.
Because like if he has
Yeah.
all this power where like he's
Make
like
kids kill
doing
themselves,
all
it's
these like extremely terrible and
Yeah.
illegal things, like yeah, maybe he is like the head of it all, you know?
So I see him as like commander of the SS, where he's not Hitler, but he's
Mhm.
Hitler enough to do whatever the fuck he wants. Because
Maybe he is the Hitler though,
maybe
right? Like
'Cause-
he could be.
yeah, because you're like not allowed to like listen to certain music, and that's what Ray's dad dies, because he's like sharing stuff with his son, and then the squads, which is the SS, basically come and kill his dad in front of him. So that's when the reveal is that the major fucking killed Ray's dad, and it's like, oh shoot. But yeah, I don't know, anything else?
No. I just want to shout out David Johnson in particular.
Oh yeah.
Who
He's
plays
fucking
Peter.
great.
He got my best actor last year for Alien Romulus,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and
nice.
I think he's a contender this year again, man.
Yeah.
This guy is
2 for
fucking
2.
god damn. He just sold that role so well. I mean, everyone was good, but him
Yeah.
in particular, I felt really stood out.
Agreed.
Yeah, it was good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And what's
And
the
shout out to my theater. Great trailers this time. Like, I think there was not one dud in my trailers. So,
Yeah.
including I saw Silent Night, Deadly Night for the first time.
Oh, it looks so good, right?
Yeah, it does.
It looks really fun.
Really? There was a
Yeah.
trailer for that? No, I
Yeah.
haven't seen that. That's
Looks
cool.
cool.
Nice.
It looks very low budget, so looks cool.
Cool. Well, sadly, this movie bombed. Like,
I
didn't do well at all.
I think there's a reason for that. And
Okay,
not to
let's hear
get
it.
political, but like the main thing in this is shooting people in the head. And at least in
Mm.
the United States, we had a political assassination,
Yeah.
which if you're fucking mad at the world, that's not the right way to go. Wherever you are on the spectrum, as far as political or rights or whatever it is, killing people is not the answer. And I think it was just
Definitely.
very bad timing
Yep.
for this film. Plus, it's the long walk. It's not like an action-packed fucking
Right.
title, you know?
But,
I think, yeah.
I was looking at movie times like before all this stuff happened, and like in my theater, it was immediately playing in like the bottom tier theaters. Like it never
Yeah.
played in the big
The
theater.
big
So
dogs.
yeah, it never played in the big dog. So I don't think people treated it like one of the big releases that would come out. So I don't think it ever really had a chance to
Yeah.
do
Did you
amazingly
see it in the
well.
Crackhead Theater?
No. Thankfully, my my good theater had in in one of the smaller rooms, but still, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, reviews for it were pretty positive too, and stuff. But yeah, just for some reason, I think when people associate Stephen King, they immediately go to horror and they don't think of sort of these other type movies. Although two of his best movies ever, Green Mile and Shawshank Redemption,
He actually has
not very
two
non-horror.
movies
And-
coming out from this book just this
Oh wow.
quarter. He has
What else we got?
the Running Man.
Oh,
that's right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Is
is
also,
going to be
is
very
also
close to the book,
in
looks
the
like.
same book. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Good-
I'm not
book, too.
excited for that, honestly, but we'll see.
It's a good story. I think you like it.
I mean, the original movie.
Well, I know.
Arnold,
Arnold is
fucking
obviously
Arnold, man.
amazing.
Yeah. But yeah,
I'll
I
be
mean, it's a great
back.
story.
Jesse Ventura.
Only in a rerun.
We'll see. But all right, we digress. Let's get into rating this one. I'll start us off because I think I'm probably going to be the lowest, honestly, out of the three of us. But I still think it's a great movie. Just some things I personally would have changed, but yeah, it's just coming in someone who didn't read the book or something like that. It's currently definitely, I think, my like number 9 or number 10 for the year. So I definitely really enjoyed it. But ultimately, I think there are some things that could have been better. So I give it a 3.5 out of 5.
All right. I'm going to give a rare modern horror film perfect 5 out of 5. I loved it. It made me feel, it pulled at my heartstrings, made me emotional. Acting was great. One location setting was awesome. Other issues I had with it, sure. But yeah, man. I mean, if I get emotional response from a movie, then it's doing something right. So 5 out of 5 for me.
Yeah, I was shocked at how good this was, honestly. Like, I was looking forward to it, but I didn't expect it to be this good. I gave it 4.5 out of 5. I thought it was fucking excellent. It's in my top 5 right now of the year, and yeah, it was goddamn. I was amazed at how well they executed such a kind of somewhat simple idea.
Yeah.
But damn, they blew it out of the water with this one.
Awesome. Excellent. Todd, your number 1 then for the year?
Yep. Just
now?
edging out weapons. Yep.
Excellent. All right, and what are our friends over at Letterboxd have to say about this one? Currently sitting at a very impressive 3.7 out of 5 over on Letterboxd for this one.
Something that's fascinating on my letterbox anyway. 3.7 I think is like the general public score,
Yes.
but out of my people I follow, it's like a 4.3,
Yeah.
which is fucking high for
I
a
forgot you
movie.
can filter stuff like that.
Yeah, well, you can. Joe probably can't.
I can, yeah. I don't pay.
What a loser, dude.
I don't pay for that shit.
Let me see. Let's see. I mean, we follow the same people. Yeah, 4.4 for me.
Yeah,
Wow,
that's good.
very nice. All
George
right.
Romero was set to direct this
he was. That's
Really?
right. Yeah.
Way back in the day, huh?
back in the day, and then Frank Darabont was signed on at one point. So
Damn, that's
interesting
some heavy
directors.
That would have
hitters.
been That would have been great. Darabont would have killed this, I think, honestly.
Mm,
What did
sure.
has this guy done anything for this Francis
Yeah,
Lawrence gentleman?
some Hunger Games movies.
Oh, Hunger Games.
He did
movies.
most. Of
I
the
guess that
Hunger Game
makes
movies,
sense.
I think.
Oh, he did I Am Legend?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah, actually, it's funny
Legend,
because I was thinking about that during the movie because I thought they're not going to do the two winners because that's what they did in Hunger Games.
Ah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that probably, just that alone probably ruins that potential ending.
I have a follow-up question. Sorry.
Mhm.
Joe, not being the reader of the book, were
Yes.
you shocked? You thought Ray was going to win the whole time?
No, I kind of thought it was gonna go the way it did. I'm like, Ray's
Peter.
gonna sacrifice himself. Yeah, at the end. That's kind of where
Okay.
I thought it was gonna go.
Steve, how'd you feel about them switching it?
I was fine with them switching it. It was a nice surprise because I
Hmm.
totally expected. I thought it would be like, Peter would make the sacrifice and then Ray would try to make the sacrifice at the last second, Peter somehow,
Yeah.
and still they would keep Ray just because of the whole mom thing. And I thought they were setting up him
Yeah,
as
they
the winner.
fucked you up with that.
But yeah, no, it was a great swerve. I really, in the end, didn't see it coming because I really thought Ray would somehow be the winner.
Yeah. My other idea I thought was gonna be they were gonna like go up together, like
Sit down
like a
together.
brothers in arms type thing. Yeah, or whatever. And
Yeah.
that way,
That would've been
no
powerful,
one
too.
wins. I think yeah. I would.
I kind of
dig
would have
that.
preferred that, honestly. Now you
Yeah.
said that.
All right. Well.
Yeah. And I was
Copy-
like, man, I was
copyright.
holding my breath when they asked him what what he would do as his one wish, because I had a feeling that's what they were going to do, but I was kind of hoping it'd be something that I didn't expect, but no.
Oh, the
One-
two winners thing.
No, the rifle thing, like
Oh,
once he had won and Ray was dead and everything, when okay, so what's your wish, son? And I was hoping he wouldn't go that route because I kind of expected that route, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
What if he's like, suck my balls?
Ooh.
Like, would he have to do that?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like they established that
And
there's
5 days walking
Yeah.
balls too? Jesus.
he probably shit all over those balls. Like,
Those some salty nuts, dude.
yeah, I'd love to know what the rules were about the wish because
Yeah.
they do mention it a little bit during the walk that you can't do certain things, but yeah.
Cool.
All righty. All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen, for this week's episode. We hope you enjoyed our review of The Long Walk. Next week, what do we got, Steve?
Do you guys even know?
No, I don't. I
No,
don't.
it's a surprise for you guys. It's
Is it
actually
a scary movie?
no, we're doing that in October. It's actually one of Todd's picks.
Oh,
Yeah, we are doing
loved it.
Return of the Living Dead Part
That's
2.
Oh, all right.
nice.
He saw that I had Return of the Living Dead Part 3 later in the year, and he's like, well, I'm going to squeeze in Part 2 because
Fuck
we
it.
did Part 1. So, yeah, so that's it.
Very cool.
There you go. Return of the Living Dead Part 2. I've never seen it. So
Oh, nice.
I will be, I've
you seen Part 3?
I've only ever seen the original. No,
perfect.
I've only
Oh,
ever
very
seen the
nice.
So
original,
that's coming in November for
Yep.
people
All
wondering.
Very cool.
So
Very
I will
cool.
be, yes, very nice.
Just as long as we don't have to watch 4 and 5, I'm gonna put my foot down on that.
No. Well, actually, they're hard to find too. Necropolis on Tubi, but the other one, was it Rave to the Grave? Was that the? Yeah.
Yep.
I've never seen it streaming, so
All right. Well, go and check out Return of the Living Dead Part 2 for next week. I'm sure it's streaming somewhere or
Tubi.
the other. Tubi. Well, there you go. Perfect. Tubi. Also, I think it's on Prime as well. But yeah, go and check it out so you can be ready for next week's episode. In the meantime, you can keep up with the podcast, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Threads. Just search the Horror Squad Podcast. You can email us anytime, the Horror Squad Podcast at gmail.com. But of course, the absolute best way to keep up with the podcast is our Discord. Steve, Movie Club as well on the
Yep.
Discord coming out. I think movies have been selected.
yeah. I mentioned at the beginning of the show, but I'll
Oh, okay.
mention them again. Killer Clowns from Outer Space and Dark Star are going to be our double feature this Friday, starting
Hell
at
yeah.
9 p.m. Eastern.
Excellent. So how do you join the Discord? It's linked over on our Instagram, or you can send us an email or a DM to get over on our Discord. Several channels to go through. We're talking everything and anything horror and non-horror over there. And you can join Steve's Movie Club every single month. It's a great time. So join us over on our Discord. Once again, completely free to join. And it's amazing. And you get updates about events coming and our upcoming movie and all that. So definitely join in, including next week, ladies and gentlemen, our event, Hocus Pocus Weekend. It's just a bunch of Halloween TeePublic.com for all details for that. Tickets are almost sold out to everything, but the tickets are still available for the screening and the autograph signing. So head to itsjustabunchofhalloween.com if you plan on being in Salem, Massachusetts, or in the area next week. Also, don't forget, you can buy merch, teepublic.com, the Horror Squad podcast. We get a new design coming in just about a month. November 1st, we will be unleashing our amazing new design created by one of our listeners, Corey. So shout out to him. And yeah, I think that's about it. Everything else you can find, it's linked everywhere. Whatever, you'll find it. Leave us a 5-star review on your favorite podcast app too. And we'll see you next week. For those of you coming to Salem, we'll see you next week for that. And we'll see you also next week for Return of the Living Dead Part 2. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.